Alright, today we're going to plant some salad, some mixes of different lettuces, and some mustard greens and some kale, arugula, got some radish in here, some spinach, some cress, a few other goodies in there. And very easy to plant. The trick is in the harvesting. I'll get that in a sec. To prepare your bed, this is just going straight into the ground. Raised beds, even in large pots, works great. You want probably 10-12 inches minimum for your roots in a pot. But to prepare your bed, let me see if I can get this down here where you can see what I'm seeing. I'm gonna hope that's about right. There to there. Okay. Sorry if that was too loud talking right into the camera. So nice loose soil. I prepare it a good couple inches deep. This thing works great as a rake, as a plane, as a digger. So smooth it out. You want it nice and smooth and even. And then you're going to take your, if it's just one type of lettuce, that's great. If you want to mix your lettuces, also great. If you want to add all sorts of other goodies, anything leafy, Asian greens, you can plant the same way. And you just take your mix and you want to scatter it, if it's not too windy, real sparsely in there. And maybe see the white seeds going down and the larger ones. Real sparse. You want about 1 per square inch, but don't be too concerned about it. Not all of them will sprout, and you're going to be thinning as you go. So then you just sort of shuffle them in real gently, get them down in there about 1/4 inch. They'll be at a mix of depths. Some will be right at the surface. The birds might get some of those. Don't worry too much. And if there's big clumps, you can break those up to cover it more. Nice and even. There we go. So that's it. Today was a great day, I think, I hope, for planting this, because it's a nice day today. Been a nice day, a couple nice days, so the soil's pretty dry and workable, but it's supposed to rain for about the next 4 days, and that'll water them in, get them sprouted, get them established. So the trick now is in harvesting. I'm going to keep it down on the ground here so you can see what we got. As this grows, I've got a little worm here. As this grows in, they're going to be pretty close. That's fine when they're little, but as they get bigger, they're going to start crowding each other in. And lettuces, all these leafy guys, really like to have their elbow room space to expand. If they start to bump into each other, they're going to bolt. So when they're overcrowded, they're going to shoot up. So you need to thin as you go, and the best way to do that, I've found over the years, is to actually sort of counterintuitive for a lot of crops. You're going to come in and you're going to pick the biggest ones. So they're not big just because they're doing better than the others and they're more robust. They probably just germinated a few days earlier and are coming in faster. So by picking those biggest ones, one, you get more space per plant that you remove for all those other little guys to grow in. And two, those are probably big enough to give you a nice little baby salad in the process. So you get to eat those thinnings and you don't have to remove as many to give space to your next round, as it were. So a week or so later, they're going to start bumping into each other again, come thin again, get those biggest ones. After a couple times of that, you want to keep an eye, if you got a mix anyway, you want to keep an eye on varieties, so you have at least one of each variety coming to maturity, and so you can let those grow bigger and thin around them, and hopefully after a couple months you'll have not only had a couple nice little baby salads, but now you'll have some nice big leafy heads that you can pick individual leaves and keep harvesting for several weeks or months even, depending on how the weather goes. So this is our second planting of lettuce. I'm actually going to be planting in quite a big area. You can see the prepped area all the way out there. I've already planted there, in here, and over to here. There's a bunch of parsley we're letting to go to seed. The parsley flowers really attract what are called hoverflies. They look like little bees, but they hover really close to the flowers. Those are attracted to the flowers for their food, and they lay eggs in aphid colonies, and the little developing larvae chow down on the aphids and wipe them out. Got, of course, our artichokes, and moving around here. Artichokes and some perennials, some kale going to seed. some walking onions, and our herb gardens over there. This is our front yard. This is our winter garden and perennial garden because the chickens don't get up here. They're free ranging in the winter and in the backyard. So this is where we grow our winter food mostly, and a couple fenced off areas in the back. So I think that's about it. I have noticed a lot of aphids on the kale in particular, so I think my next video is going to be aphid control. So I'll do that pretty quick here. Enjoy your salad.